It's my fight prediction for Eduardo Hernandez versus Thomas Mattice. Seems like it's gonna be an interesting matchup. Mattice is locked in at this point in his career. He's one of my fighters I like to watch. That's actually a big part of why I knew about Eastside Cruz, watching Mattice. But he's gonna be an interesting fighter, man. I feel like in this fight, because he already has 3 losses, but the losses he has, it's not like very bad losses. He got an Eastside Cruz loss and a loss to a couple of other top guys, and it's not really a bad resume he has. If he can go in this fight with Eduardo Hernandez and fight his fight, he'll have a big chance of winning. But one thing I have noticed is he struggles against that Mexican style. And Eduardo Hernandez, he's definitely all Mexican style. Rocky has an interesting Mexican style because a lot of times he'll put himself at risk with that style because he only fights one way, which is a good thing, in his case because that's the best version of himself. So he usually is aggressive, going for the KO, in your chest type of fighter. Throw some good uppercuts. He does have a decent jab. Um, I think the right hook actually, the right hook would be a problem. He throws some nice hooks. I think the right hook and the left hook are some power punches for him. He can really kind of sneak up on guys with that power, so that'll play a huge part. And I think Mattice is actually, that's kind of his weakness a little bit because when guys are pressuring him and they're throwing those hooks, uh, the way his style is, he kind of runs into those shots a lot. Doesn't really know how to defend them, just on the go. Usually he has to kind of see him coming and then he'll make adjustments. But when he's close up, really doesn't have any space, it causes a lot of issues. And I think that might be the theme of the night for these fights because most of these guys have interesting styles where if it doesn't match up well, then it can cause some issues. And I think the Martinez fight will be like that, and as well as this fight. Um, I think that Hernandez has a chip on his shoulder at this point, and he's going to try to come in this fight and dominate. He doesn't want this to go to the cards, or he's not that type of fighter. He's going to go for the knockout. And he's going to be pressuring. He's going to be on the front foot. So with Mattice on the back foot, yeah, he fights decent on the back foot, but like I said, he has to put some combinations together. If that jab is not going to be snapping out like it usually does, and if he's not on point, accurate, has a good 1-2, punches down the middle. I mean, he can get Hernandez easily. He can knock him out, man. I think he can really sneak up on Hernandez and cause some issues. He really can. But like I said, man, that style is just, that's kind of hard to pinpoint, to be honest with you, because he's a good boxer. Mattice is a very good boxer, but it's just that style, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if he's going to be able to combat that with the same thing he's been doing before. Now, he could go in there and just switch it up like Fundora, but that only happens every blue moon. Like I've said before, I don't think guys are going to go in there trying to rush in and trying to make any sudden moves early in the rounds, but you're going to try to win rounds. So, and with Hernandez, he's only at 1 speed, so Mattice is going to have to try to counter or something. Is he going to catch himself in a position where he's countering? Now, that could be a plus for him. If he goes in there countering, that could be a huge part of his game, but he's a decent counter puncher. But like I said, that style is something that he hasn't really had much success with. So what would you go with? Him having that much success never, or and then betting on it, or having that success probably maybe 1 time, 2 times against that type of style? So I don't know. It's kind of hard because he's a good boxer. Hernandez is beatable, but at the same time, anybody is beatable. But at the same time, I think his style matches up a little bit more. He was a little bit rusty that last fight. Didn't like how he came out against Lugo. I don't know if he fought again since then, but I know that Lugo fight. Yeah, he did what he needed to, but I just seen a couple of things where I was like, I don't know if he took too much damage in that Foster fight because that was a rough fight. Even after that fight, Foster was kind of a little rusty in his fight, if you look back. But I don't know. It should be interesting, man. These were main event fights, so it's kind of hard to tell. This is gonna be a main event, but I'm gonna go with Hernandez in this fight, and I'm gonna most likely go with a decision. I think he'll be able to take this fight. I really want to go with Mattice in this fight, but I think Hernandez, if he gets beat by Mattice in this style, that'll be the first time I've seen Mattice really dominate somebody with that type of style. So we'll have to see. But that's all I got. Like and subscribe.